Did you see the selector for Genshin was 1 piece per patch, right? AI heard. It doesn't really fucking matter. At the end of the day, it's still something, you know? Obviously, if it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, it'd be cool if it was more, but I'm not surprised. Alright, let's see this. Let's see this. 7 minutes long. God damn. Okay. Alright. Let's see this.
然后，其实我想跟大家说的话，在我们前瞻的最后，我已经都讲完了。在
That way, you can't cry every single time you get on stage. But, I mean... He's ulting! He's ulting! This is like MasterChef! He's ulting! Oh my god. Fuck them people on Twitter, DaWei. Fuck them. Nobody cares about Twitter. You can't even read Twitter in China. Can you? I actually don't know.
过去的这一年，其实不管是原神项目组还是我，其实都经历过焦虑和迷茫，因为我们确确实实感觉经历了很多特别艰难的时刻。我们确实听到了很多的声音，有的声音特别的尖锐，然后把我们整个原神和原神项目组都贬得一无是处。
Okay, to be fair, I feel like a lot of that criticism in the last year occurred because of his own other game called Honkai Star Rail. Like, a lot of Genshin's criticism occurred from within the Hoyoverse's own community because their own other game was doing things Genshin wasn't after 4 years. You know? Like, so it's like you created your own worst enemy, right?
He is crying fob, jackass.
You created your own worst enemy.
还有很多人说，觉得我们项目组非常傲慢，听不进大家的声音。但就像鸡哥讲的，其实我们跟大家一样，我们也是玩家。 大家感受到的事情，我们也在感受。只是对于我们来讲呢，
Okay, see that what he said there is exactly what I was talking about. How HSR created that perception, because the HSR dev team, people complain, boom, change, quality of life, boom, boom. Genshin, 3 years later, maybe, here, like it's like, you know, like if it was a different game company that was like causing a lot of that grifting or that rift, right? Which I guess you can maybe say a little bit from WuWa, but like I don't think it's that much, right? I think the biggest was definitely from pre-WuWa with HSR giving so much quality of life so fast that a lot of people question where is Genshin's quality of life, right? So I feel like a part of it is suffering from your own success, you know? No, it's just ex-Genshin players being toxic who went to HSR and have since moved on to WuWa. I mean, but like that's the thing, right? They went to HSR and then they see all the good things that HSR does so quickly in its first year, right? And then that gives them more ammunition to shit on Genshin. This is why, right? I'm saying it is kind of like suffering from success, you know?
我们听到声音实在是太多了，我们需要。
I mean, after 4 years they also upgraded weapon banner twice and it's still the worst.
I know. I mean, I still don't know why they didn't make a 75-25, to be honest, but
是来自各位旅行者真实的声音，所以在今年年初的时候，在我们整个项目组和我都特别迷茫的时候，我们决定回到最初的地方。
See, he said beginning of this year, right? Beginning of this year. Yeah? What was giving Genshin the most shit at the beginning of this year? It wasn't fucking Wuthering Waves. It was HSR, right? HSR was succeeding so much, and all the player base were so happy with HSR. And Genshin, Genshin getting like, not really keeping up with the quality of life updates and stuff, right? So it's just like, I feel like there was that, but also I do agree with him. I think there's a whole lot of people who are always yapping about how awful Genshin is, but they don't fucking play the game anymore, you know? Which, I mean, that's fine, right? But it's like what I always say. I feel like even though 100,000 people signed the boycott for Genshin Impact, like how many of those 100,000 people actually still play the game, right? Like even before the boycott, right? I feel like a lot of people are just like signing just because it's a good cause, right?
我们决定回到最初的地方。我们在2019年开始原神这个项目的时候，也曾经历过这样的很难的时刻。是什么支撑我们走到现在呢？是在场和不在场的所有的旅行者，有很多旅行者在一开始就去支持我们。我们也是因为听了很多大家的声音，才走到了今天。所以在今年年初的时候，在我们不知道未来应该怎么走的时候，我跟项目组的所有同学决定开始去走向我们最亲爱的全球的旅行者。我们去了很多地方，去了我这一辈子都没有去过的一些城市，有中国的，也有全球的。我们去跟很多的旅行者，我跟一个一个的旅行者去交流的时候，很可爱。
Okay.
我是戴着帽子、戴着口罩的。有一次我印象中有一次我在湖北襄阳的时候遇到一个旅行者，他在电梯的时候就说：“你是不是大伟哥？”然后我们说：“你认错人了。”然后我们团队同学忽悠了半天，告诉他你认错人了。然后我们坐下去跟他一起聊了2个多小时，他跟我们
2 hours, damn.
和他的女朋友怎么在疫情期间一起玩原神的故事。
The crowd's like, oh my god, Genshin player had a girlfriend? Let's go! We have a chance.
我听完他们的故事，这一路上我听了很多这样的故事，包括
His stories are as fake as yours fobbed.
Shut up. I played Genshin and I got a girlfriend. Okay, it's possible. I feel like Genshin was really good for what it was at release, but set the bar low on some things like gacha and hard content so HSR and ZZ can see the issues and implement earlier. Either way, people will always complain. It's how you deal with it that matters. Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, I really loved this live stream yesterday. I thought the changes are obviously, I think a bunch of the changes are a little too late. Or I mean, I don't want to say too late because that makes it sound like, the game's dead, right? But it's obviously not. Genshin's doing perfectly fine, right? So, but it does feel a little late, right? But there's still great changes, I will still I know a lot of people are very positive about the weapon change, but I still cannot. And I know maybe this is like because I'm a bit of a whale and I have wailed so much on Weapon Banner and seen just how fucking despicable it is. I just cannot understand why they can't just make it 75-25, right? There really is no reason for that. ZZZ 75-25, HSR 75-25. Why is Genshin not 75-25? Just make it 75-25, Yes, I lose 75-25s, but it's just knowing that it is a higher chance that makes you feel better about it, But, yeah. But you can get another limited weapon? I mean,
会有的同学，有的旅行者是怎么开始玩原神的？也是在疫情期间，宿舍同学摁着他头开始玩的。我听了很多这样的声音，感受到大家对原神的热爱，也感。
You answered the question to banner as a scam, but you still spent money? Yeah, but why have I pledged I will no longer R5 weapons, right? Because it's just so bad in Genshin.
感受到大家经历了很多的痛点，和大家今天为什么觉得，甚至有的同学已经很久没有再来过提瓦特道路了。所以我听到他们的声音，我们一个一个听过去之后，这些旅行者的声音给了我们很大的鼓舞啊。所以回来之后，我跟整个项目组我们开了很多的会，一轮的会开下去，最后我们达成一个共识，只要对于原神来讲， 只有对旅行者的陪伴是唯一不能改变的，其他任何东西都可以改变。所以今天大家在呐喊站直播看到我们做了很多改变，不管是游戏内容的，还是福利项的，还是各种优化。我们觉得只要旅行者开心就好，我们什么都可以变，因为如果连旅行者都不喜欢原神的，那我们做的所有事情还有什么意义呢？对吧？所以其实今年上半年跟很多的旅行者交流了之后，我们自己受到了很大的鼓舞，我们自己也觉得有了可以继续走下去的勇气和决心。所以今天在我们前瞻直播最后的时候，我站在那个角落，看着所有的旅行者，我还是非常不争气的流眼泪了。我希望从今天开始，原神不管是我们未来的5.0纳塔版本，还是我们的开始，我们希望能够陪伴着旅行者踏遍提瓦特的各个天地啊！我知道未来我们还会有做得不好的。
Alright, the microphone stopped working.
到今天为止还不能完全符合旅行者的期待，但是不管是我也好，还是我们项目组也好，经历了过去1年的焦虑和迷茫，我想我们从各位旅行者身上已经收获了足够多的勇气和信心啊！所以从今天开始，从我离开这个舞台，我们希望整个原神项目组，也包括整个原神的旅行者，我们能够轻装上阵，我们能够抛下过去的包袱啊，我们能够全心全意的去为旅行者创造最好的体验。所以在今天在此的最后，我还是想跟现场的所有的旅行者一起喊一下。旅行者们，纳塔见！
That's a video, bro. Who recorded this?
我来说，旅行者们，大家说纳塔见可以吗？旅行者们，谢谢大家。
I mean, nice little speech. I mean, like I said, I think the live stream was good. I think the changes are good. We'll see. Hopefully they keep it up, right? They can't change the rates now. People who got fucked will sue them. Maybe. It's also an issue with live service. If you give everything you want early, what can you give later that's better? Eventually you'll run out of better ideas. I don't know. Is DaWei Team Genshin, or which game does he do? Seems very passionate about it. He's one of the owners of the company. What do you mean? What game does he do? You think he's sitting there coding the what? He's one of the owners of the company, brother. He codes, sure, like back in the day, but I don't think he... Like, which game does he manage? All of them, because he's a co-owner of the entire company? Huh? What are you guys saying? He literally is a co-owner of the entire company. He's like a top 3 at the top, I think, because I think it's 3 co-owners, right? Or was it 4? I forget. Yeah, I think you're a little confused. Yeah, I think there's 3 owners and he's one of them. So, but yeah, I do think the live stream yesterday was really good. I think the updates were pretty solid. Yeah, I mean, obviously the artifact like self-modeling thing, a patch is like kind of whatever, but I mean, it's still something, right? I as someone who has played Genshin for 4 years now, something's better than fucking nothing, right? I'll take something. You know, it's better than nothing, right? Did you see the stuff about VA that got booted from ZZ because of them supporting the boycott and raging out on Twitter at people? I saw something like that, but I'm not too sure. I haven't played Genshin for 3 years. If I reinstall now, which banner should I pull? Say just skip right now and just wait for Natlan to come out and then pull for whoever you like, you know? Once all the rewards are gone, it's not that many changes that were actually done, but it's a start in the right direction. But I still don't get why they don't emulate HSR ZZ systems. I so I think at least this is the approach I've had to Genshin for like the last year or so, is that I think Genshin is first and foremost a story delivery device than an actual game to play for the game. You know? Like what story? Whatever story the developers want to tell, right? And I think the combat, the gameplay is like pretty secondary. And I think Genshin from its core has always been seems to always been just like a sort of a lifestyle type of game, not so much like a game you actually play hardcore or go crazy on, right? It's something that you just hop on to chill on your teapot or do some exploration, do some story quests. It's at its core, it is a very, very casual game, right? And I think that is the way it's going to be forever. And I think a lot of the hate that Genshin gets is from people who, like me, for the first 3 years of Genshin, were desiring Genshin to be something that clearly the devs don't intend it to be, right? For the first 3 years of Genshin, I wanted Genshin to be a hardcore, or not hardcore, but at least have some hardcore and have some end game that was, very interesting, something I could grind nonstop. But that's just not the way the developers intend the game to be, right? And so I have come to terms with that, and now I just play Genshin very casually. I just enjoy it on the side, while I generally enjoy HSR and ZZZ way more, right? Like I think when I see HSR and ZZZ, they have way more clear intentions, and actually I don't know, they clearly I do feel like HSR does a better job in terms of like gameplay and telling a good story, but who knows? I still wish they added a skip button, but hopefully next year. Who knows? That's like going to play League and wanting to build a house in the Rift. Yeah, you don't even play it. What do you mean I don't even play Genshin? Are you a hater? Nope. Who do you think will win the fight between Capitano versus Pyro Archon? Hopefully Capitano, so I can play him. If they kill him, then he won't be playable.
How will it perform compared to now?
If Genshin didn't launch in COVID, how will it perform compared to now? Honest answer, I think it's still outperform WuWa, but obviously it wouldn't be nearly as big,
Fob does play Genshin. It's the wopest part of the stream by a
the only
considerable
reason
margin.
I say it outperform WuWa is that, like, WuWa still has a lot of optimization issues, right? And I mean, so did Genshin. Genshin had a bunch, especially on mobile way back, but generally my experience has been like a little worse on WuWa in terms of optimizations and stuff on the technical side, right? But I don't think it'll be that much better, Genshin really got the giga COVID buff. Like I think if WuWa and Genshin release at the same time like this year, right? I think Genshin would be like slightly ahead. It would, and only because, and I think this is the main point, right? This is the real main point, not so much the technical issues. The real main point why WuWa would be slightly behind, or maybe like a little bit more behind, is because Genshin caters to the casuals, and a lot of people might not like this, but unfortunately, there are a lot more casual gamers than hardcore gamers, right? A lot more, and so. Right, Genshin's, you want to call it baby combat, unfortunately caters to a lot more normal, average day-to-day players than WuWa would, right? WuWa's combat, I love WuWa's combat, but I think I've watched some people play WuWa, and holy shit, it looks like they have fucking 4 thumbs, on their hands. It's awful to watch. Like, what the fuck are they doing, right? It's not even that hardcore, I feel. Well, that's the thing. I think that's why I'm trying to explain how absolutely casual the Genshin player base is. They would find a lot of those players would find WuWa very, very hardcore, Been playing since the start of Inazuma, and the game has never crashed on me on my 2020 iPhone. Better combat for some, but not better combat for the majority. I mean, sure. For me, it's better combat. Because I like the Souls-like feel a bit more. But I mean, I won't lie. Genshin's combat's pretty fluid as well. I enjoy Genshin's combat. Only 12% beat Abyss 12 ever. I don't know if that statistic is ever like 100% because everybody gets that number from like PlayStation achievements and shit like that. But like, who knows if that's like 100% accurate. Here's always my question when it comes to these. They always say CN fandom. They always say China. They always say the Chinese player base. But is it actually the Chinese player base? Is it the entire CN fandom? Is it China? Or is it just some fucking shit posters in CN? Like, that are like a very small minority. Like, I swear to God, I think most of these times it's just Western people getting one guide by some dude in China being like, oh my God, this guy in China is all of China. Like, and then everybody who reads it on Twitter from the West are like, oh my God, China bros are with us. Come, China bros. Riot with us. Boycott. And then nothing happens and they're all surprised. It's like, wait, what? I thought they hate, you know?
Woof woof bark bark WuWa. The alphas in the chat have decreed that Fob is so bald.
No, but thank you, Nickers, for the 5 months. Jason 2.0 with the 37. Lunar Lights with the 4 months. Welcome back. Strict. Not even if 1 million people in China agree with something, it will say much about China. Depends. I think it depends. And when I say that, if I can see if a really big Chinese content creator like got something going or like had an issue and like all of his fans and that happened to be like 1 million people in China, which is a fucking shitload, right? Still, they all rose up. I think that could possibly be something big, you know? But who knows? No, most voices on the internet in China are paid actors. There are a lot of businesses doing this in China. I wouldn't be surprised that there would be some degree of that. I don't know about a lot, because a lot signifies like a majority. So I don't believe that it's a lot. It's probably there are some cases probably. AstroTurfing is huge in China. Really? That huge? To the degree where you could say it's a fucking majority? No shot. Look at the number of videos memeing on DaWei. No, obviously. I did hear about that. Right? For sure. That's why I said it would happen. Or I explained why it would be like that. It's just because he cried way too many times. Like I said, if there's occasion, like, if there's big occasions to cry or something like that, then sure. But even then, like, most haters will definitely see you cry multiple times and start making a meme out of it. I mean, only because people are memeing on him doesn't mean they're astroturfic. Yeah, I don't know about the astroturfic stuff. I feel like there's no way it could be a majority. I seen him cry like 2 times. Like what? Wasn't that 3? I don't remember every case. I know he cried for the Honkai Impact thing, and then the Genshin Impact thing just recently. But I might be wrong. Wasn't it a big occasion? I guess. I don't know. I think part of maybe so like I said, chat, I don't really have any criticism for DaWei crying, right? That's whatever, you know. If he genuinely has like emotions towards those things and feels like he, you know, wants to cry on stage, that's up to him. But I'm trying to like quantify why the trolls would think it's negative. And I could see why they think it's like fake, or, you know, like he's ulting too much, like in MasterChef, where it's like, I think I just have to keep going back to, what DaWei said. He said that they had, since the beginning of the year, a lot of, you know, hardship, you know, they weren't sure the way forward for the game and stuff like that. And my analysis of that was, as far as I understand it, all of that pressure and stuff like that, and all the discourse online was coming from a result of his other game. Bro, you'd have to think that from the start. DaWei was just some weeb who made a small zombie game and is now a huge company. Of course, if you'd look back, you would cry too. These people making fun of him. What are you talking about? Him crying had nothing to do with that. Him crying was talking about the start of the year of Genshin and how there were so many people that were like hating on Genshin and having issues with the game. Like, you're completely just making up a different story. That's not what was being talked about. Like, did you even watch the video and why DaWei said he like was feeling that way? He like, it seems like you just didn't even watch the video. DaWei specifically said that the start of the year was really rough on the Genshin team, and that they were getting a lot of people who just were, shitting on Genshin or having a lot of issues with Genshin, and this is why he was segued that into talking about how the Genshin team has gone back to the chopping block. Okay, I didn't, but I was more on the Honkai impact. Okay, then you're just like talking out your ass because we're not talking about that. We're talking about the Genshin impact one, buddy. So how about you buckle up and quiet down and sit in your corner, okay? Anyways, so from the Genshin one, right? He was specifically talking at the start of the year that there were a lot of issues for Genshin. The team were getting a lot of shit online and stuff like that. But if we all go back in time, right? And if we go analyze why Genshin was getting shit at the end of last year and at the start of this year, what was it from? Was Wuthering Waves out? No. Was there another gacha game that was succeeding so well and was doing stuff that was making Genshin look bad? Yes, it's called Honkai fucking Star Rail. And a Honkai Star Rail was doing all these quality of life stuff, all these new endgame modes and stuff, and that was making Genshin look bad. And that's why the whole fucking Genshin could never meme even started, right? That's why. And I think the reason the trolls might be latching onto the crying stuff so much more is because, at least if I tried to get in the mind of the troll, it would be like, okay, bro, you're crying because you're so successful. Your other success is fucking up your previous success. So you're crying about it because that success was so good that it fucked up your old success's success. And now you're like not as successful with the older one. So you want it to be more, which is like you're suffering from success legitimately, which, if you kind of think of it in that way, in that light, then it doesn't look that good to cry. That's still his game. It's just an image thing, I feel like. It's common in business. And I think that's why the trolls are latching onto it, right? Like, they just don't like, the whole businessman, like, image, propping up the image, or like, crying on stage type of stuff. It was literally just Dr. Ratio. That's where Genshin Could Never came from, which is supposed to be about celebrate HSR and somehow turned into Genshin 8. Well, yeah, of course. But like, I feel like it was probably inevitable that comparisons were gonna happen, even if it's within the same company, right? Sienna is roasting him because he just gives excuses and doesn't take responsibility. He says the reason Genshin never improved is because there are too many player voices that they don't know what opinions to take it. How the fuck is that a valid reason? He said that? I watched the video. He never said that. When did he say that? Yeah, he definitely didn't say that.
各位旅行者，大家好，我是你们熟悉的老朋友。
Different wording, but he did. He says it here.
Nice argument, Senator. Why don't...
Okay, motherfucker.
朋友大伟哥。
I see most people liking it. What are people on? It's just typical negative Andes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like I said, I don't have an issue with DaWei crying. I think that's perfectly reasonable if he like legitimately because at the end of the day, who are we as other people to dictate what other people can be emotional about, right? They have their own set of fucking personal problems. They have their own set of emotions and stuff like that. So that's why I don't have a problem with DaWei crying. All right, I'm just talking about why the Chinese trolls might be talking about it, but.
今天我跟我们
Natland Symphony video is #1 on Bilibili trending, and the game is #1 on Billy Game. I've seen videos with millions of views in the top 15 on Billy trending, praising Natland. Oh no, for sure. Like I said, like Genshin is gigantic, but like this is why I will always say, like whenever people post this stuff like this, right? It's probably a very small minority in China, right? It just like. Here in the West with 4chan and Reddit, generally a lot of the shit posters and trolls are pretty small minority living in some echo chamber, right? So, why bother trying to understand people that argue in bad faith? Well, I'm not trying to understand them. I'm trying to, in a way, I do understand them. Because I can, I hate to say this, but I am a little toxic fuck when it comes to League of Legends. So I can, in my own way, frame things in my mind to be like, okay, if I was that troll, how would I be thinking? Why would I shit on DaWei for crying? And then I could put myself in that frame of mind and understand how they do it, right? Or why they would do it, okay?
Fast 现场同学说我想过来看一下，我悄悄的来，悄悄的走。但是我来到
Do you guys have a timestamp when he said that? I'm not watching the whole 8-minute video again. Right? Also, in my opinion, there are CCs that build their entire community on anti-Genshin themes, so they have to talk shit to protect their career.
Still need to
even in
work
China?
on the medical field.
I don't know. Is that
to
even
see
big
you
in
sold
China?
All the cards in favor
Obviously,
of
there's
figures.
Western creators that
I miss
fucking
you
hate
showing them
Genshin.
off.
But I will say, I think there are Western creators who say they hate Genshin, but they've like legitimately barely played the damn game. But you know, it's just trendy to do that. No, motherfuckers, I'm asking in China. Last I checked, Tectone is not Chinese. 434.
所以我听了他们的声音，我们一个一个听过去之后，这些旅行者的声音给了我们很大的鼓舞啊。所以回来之后，我跟整个项目组我们开了很多的会，一轮一轮的会开下去，最后我们达成一个共识，只要对于原神来讲，只有对旅行者的陪伴是唯一不能改变的。其他任何东西都可以改变，所以今天大家在呐喊展直播看到我们做了很多改变，不管是游戏内容的，还是福利项的，还是各种优化。
Watch this. This is a timestamp.
只是对于我们来讲呢，我们听到声音实在是太多了，我们需要沉下心来去弄清楚到底哪些。
So this is the comment that you're trying to say? Okay, but to be fair, I remember watching this and reacting to this. This remark is perfectly fair. This is a fair comment. 100%. Do you really think, Chad, all the motherfuckers yapping on Twitter about every fucking subject actually really fucking has invested interest in whatever they're yapping about? I can guarantee you more than 70% don't. And they just like fucking bandwagoning on something. Right? Again, I'll go back to this discussion once more. You saw that there were 100,000 signatures for the Genshin boycott. Do you really think all 100,000 people were still playing Genshin when the boycott started? I'll bet you a good majority of them, or at least a good, decent-sized chunk of them, were either never played Genshin and just, you know, like the cause, two, have quit Genshin long ago and just like, you know, hang around and orbit the topic and then just like sign the cause. All right, this is very like, this is why like I think this comment is perfectly fine. No, because they were boycotting. No, you fucking idiot. The boycott that just started, the Natlan one. Like, yes, they were boycotting since 3 years ago. You're right. What are you talking about? Jesus Christ. People just interpreting this comment with negative intentions and forcing their own narratives. Yeah, I feel like this comment is perfectly fine. So they can't improve their weapon banner rate because the players were confusing them. I don't think that's what this message says, but, you know, if you see that here, let me know. Where does it say that? Like, don't get me wrong. I fucking still hate weapon banner. I think it should be 75-25, but I don't think this is what that says. I think you're just making shit up. It's like saying you're boycotting every other game in existence because you don't play that. I mean, maybe, but I don't fucking know. This is just, it's the image of gacha company, so if a CEO is crying, people will see it as acting, maybe. No, that's what I'm trying to say, right? I get why the trolls are trolling, you know? People, like I said, if someone cries once, it's like, okay, you can let it go. But if someone cries multiple times, then they'll like start using it as a meme. Didn't you think this event has to do with Kai Hao Yu, the previous MiHoYo, stepping down and DaWei take the role? I don't know about that. I think you're missing his point of view. You should cry on stream now. No. You think it's possible? Is some kind of acting or 100% real? Do I think it could be acting? 100%. It could be acting. Chat, at the end of the day, he's a CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company. Like, there's gonna probably be times where he has to fucking act, right? He is literally the face of the fucking company. It is a business, all right? Like, that's how the real world works, unfortunately. And I'm sure you guys might know there's a lot of times in your work or your life where the boss, you're having a shitty fucking day and your boss drops you fucking like 10 stacks of shit you need to do. And you're like, you want to fucking curse that motherfucker off, but you're like, thanks, boss. Yeah, I'll get this right done. And you smile right back to him, but you're fucking acting. You don't you know? So like here, yes, he's the boss, but at the end of the day, he still has an image that he has to portray for the audience, right? Like, DaWei's not gonna go on the stage and say, you stupid fucking annoying sack of shits on social media, shut the fuck up, leave our goddamn developers alone. He's not gonna say that. He's gonna get fucking, everybody's gonna absolutely fucking roast his ass and he's gonna get canceled, right? Like, you can't say that. Now, it could also not be acting as well, right? That's why this could be completely 50-50. Because you have to admit, it could 100% be before the business, but it could also be his own emotions. That's why I'm not discounting. That's why I have continued to say I think I have zero problems with DaWei crying on stage. Because as a business owner, it makes sense if he has to portray some image. And even as not a business owner, but more like just an owner of a company, and like if the game is his baby and like, you know, seeing it go through all those turmoils, I'm sure he's had some emotions as well. So it could be perfectly reasonable that he cried of his own volition as well. So who knows? How's he aged so bad at 30s? Is not acting though? Okay. I mean, it's a stress. Who knows? Take note, other gaming CEOs gotta cry on stage to get the audience. Well, you know, I wouldn't use a lot of gaming CEOs as examples for anything, right? You got Riot with whatever the fuck that shit was, like farting in people's faces. You got Bobby Kotick, who literally is the most out of touch fucking dumb fuck motherfucker who, like, you know, right, there is a, like, obviously there's the fucking Ubisoft fucking quadruple A fucking video game dog shit. Like, I don't think there's any game CEO that's like some really fucking God savior, like, angel. But not all CEOs are in the same chat. That's like saying Gaben is on the same level as Bobby Kotick because they're both millionaires. Yeah, I mean, nobody knows for sure. You capping, bro. DaWei cry like a bitch now because of the basic criticism. Shake my head. Okay, but like, again, this is where I go back to why I am giving him the benefit of the doubt. Because let's just use myself as an example, okay? I teared up playing the fucking Dunyarzad Genshin Impact Quest, okay? I did. And people have different thresholds for that type of shit, all right? I take to my mother. She's a very fucking emotional person. I kind of get emotional for really fucking stupid shit. I do. I watched Up and I teared up. I watched some random ass fucking movie called Coco and I actually broke fucking down, you know? Like, there's just certain things that people have different thresholds for what can get them emotional, right? And who are we to say DaWei, the second he mentions about anything development work of Genshin or like whatever game he's talking about might get him tearing up, right? Who are we to say, right? As far as I understand, I am not some all-knowing God who can read DaWei's mind and knows that he literally is acting. Now, I'm not stupid enough to pretend he can't be acting. I know he could be, but I generally give people the benefit of the doubt on this shit because how am I supposed to know? How do you know? How does anybody know that he's acting or not acting? Nobody can. So why live life hating on other people for no reason? You got PTSD from the dev of Genshin before release? I mean, maybe. Who knows? For as much as you yap, you should be, huh? That's what I'm saying. What's people's problem with seeing people cry? Yeah, exactly. So I don't really see the big deal. I think it's a whole lot of nothing. It's just people are fucking... I think it's the same old negative Nancy's who are going to be negative about anything, right? It's weird how chat wants to ignore that MiHoYo startup has a small company made up of passionate weebs. Also, it's like what Argadem is talking about. Why are people making it out to be like he cried because of some bad comments? Dude was literally in front of hundreds of fans after a tough development year. Like, for sure, 100%. Like, I feel like, obviously, this is going back to, you know, maybe people have different thresholds for emotions, and then you find yourself on stage in front of hundreds of people, right? Boo-hoo. Sweet Muffin, I would love to see your ass get on a microphone in front of thousands of people. Your bitch ass would pee your pants, all right, buddy? Relax. Go take your public speaking class, because you probably can't speak for shit. Relax. All right, it's real easy to tab into Twitch chat and type boo-hoo, but I bet you can't talk in front of thousands of people. All right, bet, bitch. Generally, most people can't. All right, and most people get nervous. Most people get maybe a little emotional. Right? Give me $1 billion right now. What's $1 billion got to do with who you are as a person and emotions? I mean, unless you're literally a lizard man, I guess, or if you're literally just absolutely a conceited human being, sure. But it's the same way people treat celebrities when they have breakdowns. Apparently having money means you aren't allowed to have emotion. Exactly, right? That's exactly what Sweet Muffin just typed. Give me $1 billion. Apparently if you have $1 billion, you just don't have emotions anymore. True. Yep. Good one. Fucking stupid. Stupidest thing, man. What is this?
我们是2017年的时候开始立项做原神的嘛，然后那时候的米哈游还比较。
Yeah, we watched this as well, right? This was from last year. If I had $1 million, I wouldn't be sad. Just saying. You still would be, Kocha, because $1 million can buy you maybe a couple hookers here and there, but it's still not gonna get you a. Anyways. You won't find true love. Alright? You can't buy true love, Kocha.
You can.
Bro said Souls-like? Okay, I know WuWa isn't Souls-like, but think of it this way. Is Genshin more Souls-like or WuWa? Answer that question. Neither? Motherfucker, I said which one is more like it, if you had to say. You guys are so dumb. I gave you an A or B option, and you're like, no, C. Shut the fuck up. Answer the question. None? No, that's not an option. Answer A or B, Genshin or WuWa. It's very obvious, right? I think everybody would say, if you had to say one was more Souls-like than the other, you would say WuWa. Now, are either of them even fucking close? Of course not. They're not even fucking close, all right? Tougher does not equal Souls-like? That's not what I'm fucking saying, you stupid donkey. Then what is your point? The point is, what I'm trying to say is, right, the combat that I love Souls-like combat, right? And I'm saying WuWa's combat is more to that degree, and I do like that, right? Souls-like is not about difficulty. I'm not talking about... Chat, I think you guys are literally brain dead. I'm saying the combat is like Souls-like, right? Feels like Souls-like. But you guys are like, no, well, actually, a Souls-like game is about the RPG aspect of investing different points into different stats and making a build and the story and the immersion and the gameplay loop of New Game Plus. And that's not what I'm talking about, you fucking idiots. I'm literally talking about the combat, the fighting, the parrying, right? Like, my God, I swear someone in chat's like, no, you can't roll in Wuthering Waves. It's not very Souls-like. There's no rolls. How do I invest into my int stat or my strength stat? That's not very Souls-like either. Like, that's literally not what I'm talking about. Holy shit. Am I more like a wall or a roof? What do you fucking think? If you really think the difference between Genshin and WuWa is like a wall or a roof, you're fucking stupid, Carlos. But then again, you lost to me in a fucking Genshin Impact minigame, so you're not exactly intelligent. Why don't you just say challenging then? I mean, sure. The combat is compared to Devil May Cry, not Souls games? I mean, sure, that works as well. You're making a bad point, just take the L and move on. Nah, all the biggest Hoyo shills are fucking yapping. I didn't make a bad point. All the Hoyo shills are fucking going in full ramp right now.
38 minutes of stream and he's already mauling more than 5 gravity votes in a row. Master fishing.
Not even a Hoyo shield, but it's not Souls-like. I'm not saying it's Souls-like. I'm saying the combat is similar, you motherfucker. Holy shit. There's no shot. You guys are literally, like, trying to... It's not. Again, since we have to do this again, if you had to say which game has combat that feels more similar to a Souls-like between Wuthering Waves or Genshin, answer the fucking question. Answer the question. Neither. You're all saying neither. So all of you, no wonder you're watching Twitch. No wonder you're watching Twitch 4 p.m. on a Friday. You all dropped out of school, fucking barely, like... Shut the fuck up, idiots. You are giving an assignment to answer A or B, and you guys are all answering C, okay? It's 8 p.m. for me. Nobody asked.
I swear to God, if you don't play GTA today, we will riot.
I'm not going to play GTA if people keep not answering the question.
Really mad.
All right, it's very simple. Answer. What's more similar to Souls-like combat? Combat, the fighting, the hack and slash. WuWa or Genshin. Every neither I see is another hour I'm not going to play GTA. 1, 2... 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're not playing GTA today. Unlucky. Ooh, you hate to see it. Oh, we're not playing GTA today. Ooh, unlucky. Sorry. Ooh. You just said hack and slash? Souls-like aren't hack and slash? Okay, how about this? Okay.
I
Let me
say WuWa BC man did that tiger did a number
see.
on me.
All right. If I had these two items and I asked you which is more similar to a wine glass, which would you fucking say? Which is more similar, you fucking idiots? There's no shot you guys are saying neither. Do you understand the assignment here? How are you trying to literally, how are you trying to say a water bottle is not more similar to a wine glass than a fucking phone? Are you stupid? Shut the fuck up. It is the same thing. I think we can agree there's elements in WuWa's combat that is similar, not same, similar to Souls-likes compared to Genshin. Okay? My fucking god. Do you guys know what the word similar means? Huh? Holy shit. Brain dead people attract other brain dead idiots? Well, you just said you just called yourself brain dead, idiot. Do you even know what you just said? Bro just called himself brain dead in his own sentence. Oh, great. Okay, that's crazy. He also called you brain dead, sure, but he called himself brain dead too. You need to stop comparing two things that have no similarity to a Souls-like. You held up a bottle which is similar to a wine glass since it contains fluid, but if you held a brick in that hand instead, that... Oh my god. I'm just... Alright. Well... If chat literally doesn't want to agree that there's like any similarities between the different like the combat styles, then you're just crazy. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying it's the same. Obviously not. Souls-like games have way different combat. No shot. But I think WuWa has a bit closer to it than Genshin. That is like literally all I'm saying. Right? Ask them to follow which game is more like a Souls-like, HSR or WuWa. They still would say neither. Because in their head, they're like, no, if it's not exactly like a Souls-like, then it's not similar. Because the word similar means the same, but it doesn't. But in these fucking idiots' head, it does, right? Holy Jesus Christ. I fucking hate this chat. Can you define what a Souls-like is? Why would I need to define what a Souls-like is when I said Souls-like combat, you fucking Neanderthal? I didn't say it was like a Souls-like, period, like the entirety of the genre, you fucking idiot. Oh my god. Oh my god. Define Souls-like combat, please. I'm not defining shit. You want to know why? Because if you guys can't tell me if one game is more similar to another game versus another game, then I'm not fucking wasting my breath defining something. Alright? Loss? I don't fucking care. I didn't lose. Okay? I'm not losing anything. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, CyberPosics. Similar doesn't equal identical, chat. Thank you. Finally, one person with a brain in the chat. And then, of course, the entire chat says pay chatter. Of course. The one person with a brain. And everybody says pay chatter. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah, uh-huh. Good one. Good one, guys. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Crazy. What about it is similar, though? Genuine question you still haven't said and want us to choose? I feel like the parrying aspect is more similar than Genshin. Let's just go with that. The simplest one. Alright? Parry equals Souls-like? No. See, this is the issue. This is the issue with dumb fucks like you, Elchion. Because I said similar, but you're using the equal sign. Last I checked, similar and equal are very different, you dumb fucking idiot! Similar does not equal equal, you fucking absolute nimwit! Holy fuck! You said Souls-like combat? I said similar! I said similar. I didn't say same. I didn't say exactly. I didn't say equals, right? I said similar, okay? Does that mean ZZZ also more Souls-like than Genshin? I would say ZZZ's combat would be more similar to Souls-like combat than Genshin. Now, is it like a Souls-like combat? Obviously fucking not. But it's more similar. You do realize for something to be more similar to something than another, it literally just has to be like the smallest bit more similar. You get that, right? You get when someone asks you, is this more similar, or is this or this more similar to that? Literally, one of these just need to be a little bit more similar, and that's the answer, right? It's just that simple, right? Five, giving them a break. They dropped out of college after 1 semester. Apparently. Like, let me ask you this. Who's more similar to Zezu? Me or Tectone? We're both fucking human beings, but I clearly can maybe look more closer to Zezu, right? Because that motherfucker's bald and I have hair, right? Similar. Are we both humans? Sure. Can we both probably dress up as Zezu? Sure. But you can say I am more similar. Yeah? Like, I don't understand why the word similar and comparing two objects that might not be that similar at all to the said thing, but figuring out what elements might make it slightly, ever so slightly more similar. Why is that so hard? Huh? You're more similar to Tectone than her? I mean, yeah, because I'm a dude. You're right. Because I'm a dude. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Great. There you go. That's how similar works, right? I am more similar to Tectone than Zezu because I'm a dude. You're right. Not because I'm bald. That means you're bald? No. No. We're talking about being a dude, right? Bro, actually get a heated with chat because this chat literally loves having disingenuous fucking arguments just for the sake of beating me in an argument. They will literally make the worst fucking arguments. Like, most of us are saying we don't see that small difference on Genshin / WuWa to Souls-like. Also, can you calm down? I'm trying to understand out your point. Yelling doesn't help. Okay. All right.
So
okay.
If I don't use parry in WuWa, the whole Souls combat aspect is
yes,
gone.
but it exists, you dumb fuck. Right? Okay. Like, has anybody refuted me saying the fact that parrying exists might be just that little bit more Souls-like than Genshin? Right?
Fob, this game is not
similar
to Souls-like. Not even in the slightest.
Right?
This shit is like Devil
Parry
May
exists
Cry
in
more
Genshin
than
too?
anything.
Holy fucking god. Bro's like, I do eat. Ah, that's the parry. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Sea Tavern. This is where I will once again use my similar again. Is Wuthering Waves more similar to a Souls-like or Devil May Cry? Obviously, it's more similar to Devil May Cry. But here's the thing, right? In these instances, these cases, comparisons that you create, it is in a vacuum being compared between the three things that are currently in that statement, right? So if I interchange objects within that statement, you have to figure out which of the two things are more similar to the said asked thing. Right? Like, it's oh my god. But not all Souls-like games have parry. If you said a specific Souls-like, it would have been more valid to make a comparison. Holy god, now we're just literally arguing semantics. Oh my fucking Jesus Christ. Oh. Bro, just stop. You're just embarrassing yourself. Not as embarrassing as when you lost to me in a fucking Genshin Impact children's minigame. Alright? Relax, buddy. Okay? You are literally a walking L. Okay? You literally yap about how easy Genshin Impact children's minigames are, and then you lost to me, who you make fun of for being dog shit at games. Like, what grounds do you have to sit on? Like, my god, stop. Chat, you see how it feels to live with Fob? You misunderstand one word he said, and he blows up, mans a balloon. Oh, what do you mean? Is a brick more similar to Dark Souls than your iPhone? Please answer the question, and which one is slightly more Dark Souls, please? A brick and an iPhone. Which one's more similar?
Wig looks clean today, Mr. Streamer.
I would probably say a brick. I'd probably say a brick is more similar. You wanna know why? I think it is easier to break a phone than it is to break a brick, right? Just like Dark Souls might be a little harder for some people to play, right? Yep. There you go. You're so wrong, Chandler. Can you break a brick with your bare hands? You fucking flimsy ass noodle arm fucking gacha player. Yeah. Nope. Wrong. Yeah, I'm so strong. Your name's Chandler. Okay. What's the point of this conversation anyways? I don't know. I don't even know what led to this conversation. It literally just became an argument over semantics. An iPhone is harder to use than a brick? Depends. What is the goal that you're trying to use? Now, if you're trying to tell me, you know, like if you're trying to tell me the goal is to access the internet, I would say the brick is much harder to access the internet than an iPhone, right? I think you rival. Okay, shut up. Genshin have iframe on dash that is similar to Souls, like a tumble iframe, like therefore Genshin is also similar. Okay, no so you get that 1 point for Genshin, but then WuWa has that exact same point, so doesn't WuWa still have 2 versus 1, Droiver? That still makes, so your point is irrelevant, no? Read what I said? I can say that Genshin is more similar because you can apply a status like in Souls-like. We could say that, but WuWa also has debuffs. Right? So, like, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. So does Genshin, yes. But, like, that should all just be within the whole, you know, debuff. Right? So it's the same. Iframe is more signature than parry for Souls-like. Therefore, Genshin is more similar to it than WuWa. Are you saying WuWa doesn't have iframes? What is Droiver typing? Today I learned WuWa doesn't have iframes. Courtesy of Droiver. Smartest fobbit in the chat. I'm saying on dash. You do realize when you're dodging on WuWa, you're using a dash. What the fuck? What is he saying? Droiver, you're fucking stop. Okay, let's. Okay, that was. Oh, yeah, I think we should move on before more fobbits expose themselves for being fucking zero-brained. Holy shit. Oh, God, that was... Oof. All right. I honestly don't even remember how this discussion happened. Because it's not even a Genshin better than WuWa argument. It's literally just like, what were we even talking about? Does anyone remember what the fuck we were talking about? It started because you were talking about Genshin being a story game for casuals. Well, I think that statement is not entirely true either. You know, I gotta rephrase, right? Because I don't think Genshin is a game just for fucking casuals, right? I think people who aren't casuals can enjoy it as well. But it's about the way you enjoy it is... This goes back to when I was talking about how Genshin is more like a lifestyle game, right? Where, like, if you can forego the need to, like, a game to be like a main game that you want everything out of, and it's more something that you just, you know, play here and there, it's like not that bad, even for like less casual players. Like that's where I am at with Genshin, where like I know it's not gonna be super hardcore, but I know I could hop onto it and, you know, do like a new Abyss or, you know, new rotation of theater, right? But like, I've reached Nirvana with Genshin, where I no longer mauled about, you know, and not having, like, crazy endgame or something like that. All gacha games are for casuals? Nah. I would love to see you do a Blue Archive rape, pussy. Fucking casual fuck. Yeah, that's right. That shit takes real fucking hands, okay? Also, on the topic of Blue Archive, I kind of hate the, you know, the negative narrative that has been spread about Blue Archive, alright? I was watching Ziox's stream the other day, and he was looking up, he was trying to bring up Blue Protocol as a game he was looking forward to, right? He was talking about Blue Protocol, but he forgot what the fuck Blue Protocol was called, so he kept saying Blue Archive, right? And bro saw one Reddit post about the ages of the Blue Archive characters. I thought he might be on a list, you know? What did Lily say now? One thing for sure is, thank the Lord you're not a teacher. Good God, you'll get reported to the Department of Education day one because God forbid a student asks you a question, your balloon head ass is gonna call them a dumb wit, brain dead twig. Wrong. Babe, I literally used to teach violin. I don't know what you're talking about. I also tutored math, so... Like, I don't think... First of all, I love that I'm getting this from Lily. She sees one comment on her Instagram or YouTube replies that fucking like tilts her, and she's like, "Why are people? What?" and then writes like a fucking 500 word essay into the reply. Like, what do you mean? You have to understand I'm working with disingenuous arguers here, okay? Like, it's not fair. Students wouldn't be doing this. Students would be like, oh, okay, I mean, that might not be right. And then, you know, have a discussion. My chat's like, no, you're fucking stupid. Which is like, okay, that's not a discussion, right? We're just being rude, you know? So are you saying students cannot be rude? No, they can, right? But those are just bad students. If you know it's disingenuous, then why do you keep taking the bait and killing the stream vibes? Am I killing the stream vibes? Or are your fellow chatters? I am. Who's more similar to a teacher, you or Lily? Lily wanted to be a teacher, I think. I don't really want to be a teacher, so I'll just say Lily, sure. Those are both subjects that you can't disagree on. Something about teach a language arts class or civics and you're getting fired first day. Debatable. Because like you guys are assuming my behavior right now on stream would be my behavior in like a work setting, right? Like that's just not how that works, right? That's just not how that works. This is your work? Okay, but like obviously it's a different setting, you know? It's a completely different setting.
You get more one guy than I owe. Stop negative edging and finish your gotcha
No,
so
wrong.
you can play GTA already.
Nope.
Pandejo.
Nope, I already said you guys, we're not playing GTA. You can thank your fellow chatters for it, okay? Unfortunate. Yeah, I gave you guys I gave you guys a very simple this or that question and nobody could answer it, you know? So, unfortunate. Oh, unfortunate. You're getting cooked by Lily? That's okay. I let her shit talk me on stream, you know? And I do a little banter. I could definitely shit talk Lily, but then I know I'll get, like, this is the issue, right? Lily feels fine to shit on me on stream, but if I shit on her back, I'll hear a whole fucking mouthful if I end stream. Like, it's a one-way shit, like, you know? Like, it's just not fair, right? It's just not fair. It's like, yeah, because half the things Lily's typing in my chat is like, it's like the kettle calling the, what is it? Kettle calling the pot, whatever, right? Literally, most of the things she accuses me of, she is exactly the same thing, so. The pot calling the kettle black, yeah. The difference is that you deserve it, but she doesn't. Okay. Shit like this wouldn't happen if you just ignored those messages and didn't read it out loud, but you get baited every second. Well, also, it wouldn't happen if you didn't sit there and say Wuthering Waves in an iframe on fucking Dash, right? Driver. Huh? Talk about disingenuous. You would have been mad if everyone said Genshin was more Souls-like than WuWa. Well, no, we could have had a civil discussion, you know? My argument was based off fake information that was fed to me. I'm a victim. Why don't you double check your information then? See, this is the issue with this day and age. Nobody wants to double check their info. They just like, what, Bob? WuWa doesn't have iframes on Dash? Ah, idiots! I'm going on Twitter. What a shit. That's the issue, you know? That's the issue. Bro, but really, you gotta stop calling chat some really bad words because one day some Zoomer is gonna cancel the fuck out of you for the things you say. What word have I called chat that can be cancelable? A Neanderthal? A Nimwit? A fucking nincompoop? What? Inbred? Donkey? Those are dummy? Like, what have I said that could be canceled? Oh my goodness. So racist slurs? Bro, you're known as Slur Master? No. Oh my god, hold up. Hang on, is T2 here? T2's not here. We played a league game earlier. This shit was crazy, by the way. Hang
Alabama
on.
is gonna cancel you for the
Hang on.
bread.
We played a league game earlier. It was this game. Okay? Now, going into it, we saw a little something weird. Right? There was a Rosa Parks and a Harriet Tubman in the enemy team. And Rosa Parks's hashtag is hashtag BLM23. Yeah? You would think there's someone that is all about racial inclusivity, right, and all that stuff. You know what the first thing they all chat is? And they went at this all game. So he called us dog players after he got 1 kill on T2, right? And then I after I solo killed him, I said I called him a pig, right? And then what he replied was, right, is like, at least I don't eat dog. And I'm like, what? Oink. And then he's like, shut up, ching chong, ling long. And then he fucking, that's the whole rest of the game. Just started fucking saying every fucking racist Asian slur and the guy, like, holy God. Like, how do you name yourself Rosa Parks with hashtag BLM23 and then just are the most racist motherfucker on the planet? Like, holy God. Shit was so crazy. I was like, what? It was so crazy. Why do you expect a League player to care about inclusivity? They were obviously a troll. So you're saying their name is Rosa Parks, hashtag BLM23 to troll Black Lives Matter? I mean, I guess that could be. But wow, that is a... so I did notice. He's a level 38 account. I'm assuming he got banned on one of his other accounts. Just the way he was typing. I'm assuming he got banned on his other account. You know? The motherfucker is... Holy God.